It is Monday, August 18th, 2025, regular Board of Ed meeting. Before we do the Pledge of Allegiance, I do want to note that our trustee, Melissa Dodge, did resign as of today. So she will be taken off the voting rolls, and her position has been posted as an open board seat. So with that, we will go to Pledge of Allegiance. Trustee Hart, can you lead us, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please.
Here. Carlos Harp.
Here.
Cindy Holder.
Here.
Mark Kimball.
Here.
Christara McAlpine Taylor.
Absent with notice.
Okay. Gloria Thompson.
Here. Public fundamentals. Public input is fundamental to the operation of Madison District Public Schools. Our public has an opportunity to speak at every Board of Education meeting. A period of time known as public comment is set aside at each meeting to give parents and other citizens a chance to speak directly to the board about school-related topics. Anyone who wishes to speak to the board must fill out a request form and give it to the board secretary before the meeting begins. Comments are limited to 3 minutes. The Board of Education accepts comments made during public comment from anyone who follows these guidelines. Public comment is one of the many information sources that the board uses before making decisions in the best interest of the children who attend Madison District Public Schools. The board also works with district staff to address citizens' questions and concerns. And we did indeed get 2 requests. The first one is from Amy Conrad. Come on up. Welcome.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it on? It's not on.
Would not be.
Yeah, it should light up green. Want to just take mine? I didn't even realize they were wireless.
Where's probably good.
Ooh, fancy. It should.
Thank you. Does this mean I have assistant superintendent powers now?
Yes.
Fantastic.
30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Over.
First of all, I'd like to apologize for my attire. I've been in my classroom all day, as many teachers you know who are working out of contract hours. So I'm not board appropriate, but I am pre-classroom appropriate. So hello, my name is Amy Conrad. I'm a 2nd grade teacher at Madison Elementary, and I'm asking, why should teachers stay? Sometimes teachers stay because of loyalty to students and families. But we have a school of choice district with an open door policy, and our student population is transient. Why should teachers stay? Often teachers stay for salary, but Madison has frozen their pay scale. So this year, last year, and the year before, including moving forward 1 year, salaries have remained static, and they have not even adjusted for cost of living increases. There's no change in sight. Last year's triggers in the teacher contract were not honored. When we pressed as to why, we were told it got ate up. Why should teachers stay? Sometimes teachers stay because there aren't really other options. But right now, there are plenty of other options because teachers are in demand. Madison, of any school district in the Tri-County area, pays the least to their teachers. So financially, there's no incentive to stay. Even teachers who've been in district for decades with ties to the community have left because they've had to look out for their family first. None of this is new news. We've sounded the alarm, but unfortunately nothing has changed and teachers aren't staying. As of this writing, there were 11 Madison Elementary school teachers who had left this summer and 20 staff throughout the district. This means that the teachers who have chosen to stay, including myself, will be dealing with a nearly 50% teacher turnover. Our routines will be disrupted or broken as we struggle to onboard nearly half of the educational staff. And this will be an added burden on top of the already difficult behaviors we are dealing with from students. So my question is, what is your vision? For me and for others, we want to remain at Madison. And we would love to retire from Madison. But without considerable change, that plan is not feasible. And staying is not sustainable. And so I sincerely ask you, without pointing fingers and with the goal of working together, how do we move forward? Thank you.
Thank you.
And next up, Mr. Jason Pitts. Welcome, sir.
Hello, my name is Jason Pitts. I'm a student here at Madison High School. I'm here today because there are things happening in our school district that a lot of us don't agree with, and I feel like it's time someone said something. First, I want to talk about the situation with volleyball coach, Coach Rebecca Chambliss. She's more than just a coach. She's someone who supports the entire community, checks on her players, helps family, give back in ways most people don't even see. I know this personally because I've been there with her at community events, helping at car washes, showing up to support, and we're going to make Madison more known. She made a real impact. Taking her out of that volleyball position would hurt the volleyball team and the relationship she built with students and families. Another issue is live streams of the board meetings. Not everyone can show up because people have jobs, sports, responsibilities, and lives. They still care about what's happening in our district. Stopping the live stream just keeps people out, and it's not fair to the community that wants to stay involved and informed. It also feels like too much is being controlled by a small group of people who think everything has to go through them. If you don't agree with them, your opinion gets ignored. But leadership should be about listening and working together, not making all the decisions behind closed doors. On top of that, not paying teachers fairly is hurting our district more than anything. I understand that the money is not right for Madison right now, but without teachers, you won't have clubs, sports, or electives, the things that actually draw students to a district. You can also lose constant staff who boost test scores and help students succeed. When teachers feel unsupported, they leave. When they leave, programs disappear. And when programs disappear, families pull their kids out and look for a better opportunity somewhere else. That's exactly how a district shrinks. With all due respect, President Holder and Trustee Mark Kimball, in my opinion, I feel like you are not being respectful to everyone in the community. A lot of people in the district had told me in the community and showed me that they are losing faith in Madison because they feel you are not listening to them or treating everyone fairly. This has created an environment where people don't want to support our district anymore. And that's not okay. The way our district is being viewed right now is not good. And I truly believe the part of the reason is because how situations are being handled. At the top as a leader, you should not be acting like this. I want to be clear. I'm not just speaking for myself. I'm speaking for students here at Madison and for the staff who feel like their voices don't matter. Everyone deserves to be heard and respected, including what's happening here. Thank you for listening to me.
Mr. Pitts, just so you know, from now on, names are not allowed. You can't speak or call us out individually, just FYI. Thank you. That's always been a rule, thank you. I'm not gonna argue with you, thank you. All right,
It's fine. Don't.
and next up, I do appreciate your comments though, sir. You've been very supportive of the school. And administration report, superintendent goals.
Thank you. So before I share my goals, I do want to take a moment to say thank you to our staff that, as you guys know, and it was stated that we have lost a lot of staff members, and I do want to tell the staff members that we do have thank you. I also want to take a moment to say thank you to our admin team, because in the event when we lose staff members, we have to have principals work day and night to make sure that they are replacing and interviewing staff members. So I just want to say thank you to all the building principals just for all their hard work. They worked all weekend. They did interviews on Saturday, Sunday, and they have done a great job with selecting staff members, as well as thank you to Pam for working day and night and making sure you get those offers in. It means a lot when we have a team that's willing to work beyond the hours to make sure our kids have a teacher in front of them on the first day of school. So with that being said, I do want to pass over, I got your feedback regarding the goals for the school year. You guys can take one and pass it down. And once we agree on these, I can definitely, you need one more, post online. Yep. So some of the goals that I have basically around my evaluation are making sure that I uphold each pillar of the evaluation, making sure that I am strong in leadership, adhering to all policy and governance, making sure instructional leadership is strong, communication, organization management, and professionalism and ethics. The main projects I do want to focus on this year is making sure that we increase student achievement, implement budget interventions to align with staffing enrollment. That way we can hopefully right-size by the end of the school year. And I do want to stress that the budget that we have is a predicted deficit, so we're going to try to do everything we can in central office to make sure that we don't go down that path or not go as far down as the path. Also continue the MSBO certification in HR, securing additional funding. This year, we were able to receive 31 AA funding, and that's for safety and securities. I just received the 35M grant to pay for elementary literacy materials, title funding, summer discovery, and 31N funding so that we can have those services, those social work services for our students. Even though the grant is only for 1 year, it really means a lot to have additional mental health staff in the building. Also continue with conducting staff and student audits in November and March. Those are the times around count day to make sure our staff align with our student population. And last but not least, the major project is to make sure that we maintain a balanced budget and increase fund balance for the 24-25 school year. Questions on that?
Trustee Kimball.
I have a question in regards to the overall goals of the district and to grow enrollment. How is it, after the last meeting and the meeting before that we talked about this, nobody is answering these phones? This is the time of year where you get enrollment. And all the money we spend to get the phone to ring for no one to answer it. It just is beyond me, being in business, to think that this is how we're running this district with the money problems we have, that we're ignoring potential enrollment calls.
Can I reply?
I mean, nothing's been done since the last meeting, since we talked about this.
So the problem with the phones is that this is not something that we as a district manage. Like, there's not a site that I can go on and I can say, hey, let's fix the phones. I have been in contact with Oakland Schools. We have a plan in place, but the problem is that it's another third-party vendor that they're going through.
Yeah, but this is the same phone system that years ago you would call, someone would pick up the phone and answer the phone. I don't understand what's so difficult about that.
So the thing is that a lot of phone systems have changed over the years, and a lot of phone lines are more so up to date where you can log in and you can fix things. It's kind of like it's the old school switchboard.
All right. The solution to that is have one phone line put in and publish that number for enrollment. Someone answer that phone. It's that simple.
So that is
I can't believe that all this time's going by with potentially people wanting to enroll their students and nobody's answering the phone. In fact, you can't reach anybody at that board office at times. And that to me is very frustrating. And as far as I was locked out of my email, it took from the first time I called Monday to finally get Travis to address this was Thursday night at 5 o'clock. How ridiculous is that? 4 days to get a call back to get into email.
Well, one, Travis is not, last week, as I stated, when we have issues with emails, we have to put in a ticket on the website and there's a link. So Travis is not a direct Madison employee. I apologize for that. If I would have known, then I could have had it fixed. But right now, there's nothing I can do about the phones because I don't have access to the system. It all goes through Oakland Schools. There's a ticket in, I'm going back and forth with Oakland
Well, the
Schools.
phone should be a priority, and they should have
is
been
a-
a priority all summer.
It has been a priority, but here's
No, nothing's done with it.
Here's my email. It says, I asked for it to be changed from the auto attendant, and something has been done. One of the things you guys asked me at the last board meeting was to post on the signs updated phone numbers to all the individual schools for enrollment. That has been done. So it's not like I'm ignoring it. This email was just sent through, and they said that what we're trying to do is have an auto attendant where it go to 3400 to reach our front office. And this email right here says, this is not something we can change on our own. We have to engage a vendor to do the programming. We are reaching out to them and they are trying to figure things out. It is totally out of my
Yeah,
control.
but this is months now. In fact, this problem's been going on for well over a year.
We can invest and look
You
into.
call any other school district. I called Lanphier for the heck of it, and a person answered the phone. Can I help you?
Well, if we can.
What's so hard about that?
We can invest and look into updating our phones and getting a new server, and that way we won't have that issue, if that's something you guys want me to look into.
Another huge money spend. No, I don't want you to spend that kind of money. I want someone to fix our phone so that when it rings, someone can answer it.
Okay.
I can't believe the system was designed to not work that way. We're losing incredible opportunities here with potential phone calls.
Most of our enrollment goes straight to the school and online. Has there been a complaint that says we have not enrolled
Yes,
anyone?
on Facebook, yes. There's been people that complain they can't talk to anybody.
Okay.
And each one of these children would add to our budget problem. It's that simple. I don't get it.
I don't
It's
either.
it's very
It's out of my
frustrating for
control.
people to tell me they can't reach anybody at our board office. And then I try myself, and I go round and round in a maze. Can't reach anybody.
Did you speak with him? Pam?
I spoke to Pam finally about my email. She was the only one that picked up the phone after multiple attempts of calling the board office.
I'm
I
working with-
give Pam credit, she picked up the phone, but this is something very simple that someone should be sitting there answering the phones. Can I help you? Some people need to be held by the hand with this stuff.
Okay, we're in
And
the
why we're
process.
not doing it is beyond me. I don't get it.
Anybody else? I just was looking it over because I have the communication. Okay. I would say commitment to the 24-hour reply for staff and board inquiries. Can we just make that change? Do you have a problem with that?
Which one?
The strategies, the last one under strategies
Okay.
on the page 2.
Listen to no fix. Strategy. How do you want it changed?
Just add staff and board inquiries. Patricia, you're fine with that? Everybody else, we're fine with that? That was the request that had been given to me. Anybody else on anything else? do need to approve these, correct?
No, I don't think you have to approve them. I just present them.
All right, we'll leave it. If we do, we'll come back to it next time. But I know we definitely had to agree on goals, so I'm glad that's done. Consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature by the Board of Education will be acted upon by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If any member of the board or any citizen requests discussion of an item, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will become the first item of business under the Board of Education action items portion of the agenda. Tonight's consent agenda, approval of the minutes of the Board of Education for the regular meeting August 4th, 2025, approval of the August 1st, 2025 through August 18th, 2025 check register for payment as submitted in the amount of $354,799.06, and approval of the personnel report submitted by Human Resources on August 18th, as of August 18th, 2025. I just have a question about the HR report after we have motion and support.
President Holder,
Trustee Chambliss.
if you're going to question the HR report, don't you have to amend the agenda to remove the HR report from the consent agenda?
I just have a question. I'm not asking for. Oh, I see what you're saying. I just want to make sure that the HR report is complete because we had a staff member that said there were 11 people gone. And I was trying to find the list that I had.
I think it's because,
I submitted on Wednesdays so that she can create the packet, so as of Wednesdays.
Okay, well, I don't want to approve something if we have people that have resigned as of the 18th and we don't have them in front of us. I don't want to approve it. Do you follow what I'm saying?
But how do we do that when I have to have the board agenda due to you on Wednesday?
Do you have a list of the people that have resigned as of the 18th? Follow what I'm saying?
President Holder,
Trustee Chambliss.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda. I would like to remove the HR report from the consent agenda.
Thank you. I'll support. Just make it its own individual. The next one on. So I need a motion to approve A and B, the minutes, and the check register.
Madam President,
Trustee Thompson.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Hold on, we have to vote on the motion to amend first.
Oh, yeah, we do. This
Any-
motion didn't.
Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Rebecca Chambliss,
Yes.
Carlos Harp,
Yes.
Cindy Holder,
Yes.
Mark Kimball,
Yes,
Gloria Thompson.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Next up, to approve A and B, we have motion by trustee Thompson,
I'll support.
trustee Chambliss. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote on just A and B.
Gloria Thompson,
Yes.
Cindy Holder,
Yes.
Mark Kimball,
yes,
Rebecca Chambliss,
Yes.
Carlos Harp.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Now, next up is the approval of the personnel report submitted by the Human Resources on August 18th. We can't fill positions that we haven't accepted as resigned.
Don't we have to motion to move that to 6C?
No, it's the next one up.
The first item of business under board action items. Board action items yet.
It says Board of Education action items. That was not part of the motion. We were going to keep it a separate line item. Do we want to make it 6-1 before A and B? Trustee Chambliss says yes. Trustee Thompson?
Yes.
So we want to move it to 6-1 before A and B. Next, closed session. Is Joe here? Oh, you still need to get the list. You can print it
How do you
for
want
it.
me to get it to you?
Huh?
How would you like me to get it to you?
You can print it while
I
we're in
don't print-
closed
I can't
session.
print here. I don't have, I'm not set up with a printer. Are you set up? Oh, Travis.
Trying to figure it out. Let me see how Joe is. He said he was going to be here.
Different is it than this one? Above and beyond this list?
Okay, we just need a motion to go into close. Joe said he's got a 7:30 ETA, which is 30 minutes from now. So,
Madam President, I make a motion to go into closed session.
thank you. Support?
I'll support.
Any discussion? None, roll call vote, please.
Cindy Holder,
Yes.
Gloria Thompson,
Yes.
Mark Kimball,
Yes.
Rebecca Chambliss,
Yes.
Carlos Hart. Motion passed.
we were all in closed session, so we weren't able to get it printed, and we don't have access to the printer.
So we can only it is 8:39. New business is policy and bylaw updates.
This minute reporting,
Yeah.
you're on the wrong agenda.
Wait, what? This is August 4th. 18. Reporting.
Minute reporting.
Remember last week, or last board meeting, you guys wanted to have a conversation about the detail of the minutes, and I just put that on the agenda for new business and to discuss that possibly we can train the secretary to take minutes as we are live on the computer.
It's a
Or they could replay the meeting later and take notes too. It doesn't have to be in real time.
Anybody else? Trustee Chambliss?
So our policy does say that the board secretary is supposed to be the one that takes the minutes, but we just had Ms. Kennedy and then everything. I think we should ask trustee McAlpine Taylor, if she's comfortable taking notes at board meetings or if that's not a position that she wants, and then whoever could do it. But I definitely think it should be the officer that is the secretary that does it.
So I can put that back on the next agenda. And then, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think we all agree it needs to be more detailed than what it is right now, correct? Absolutely. Everyone agrees. Okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
thank you.
Then the next item on the agenda, we always said we wanted to keep this, was facility usage, and just let you, just have the conversation of where we are and what our plans are. And I did mention that someone did reach out to us about renting part of the building at ECC, but the numbers were so low, it just was not a financial gain for us. It would probably cost us more to lease the space than to not lease the space. So we did not move forward with that.
So I guess for the requests that were made earlier, I think we do need to have a conversation about what our student count is. Do we need to look at consolidating a building? It is not something we can do overnight, especially little ones. I know the amount of money that it took to renovate that building to make it legal for little ones to be there, so you can't just move them. Because I know that was maybe a suggestion. But I think that especially when we know exactly what our building capacity is, I think we need to be more frugal with the space for everyone's sake, because we don't, if we ever have an emergency, anything that we have tried to save for now, it is completely dissolved.
And I do want to add that when you decide to revamp or reassign grade levels to buildings, that's something we have to plan at least a year in advance, because you have to go to MDE, you have to get approval to say, hey, we're changing this grade band in this building and we're removing this grade band. So most people think that, oh, it's easy to just say, hey, we're going to close this building. But when we close a building, we have to say, hey, where are we going to put the kindergartners? Where are we going to put GSRP students? And how are we going to make this happen? And once that plan is created, then we have to go to MDE to get approval. So it's bigger than just one decision.
Right, and it might not be that one.
Yeah.
I think for it to work, we have to look at all the buildings.
Absolutely.
And see where we're at.
Because they have to go somewhere.
Yes, absolutely. And we want growth.
Yeah.
It has to be a move that's going to make sense for growth.
But we can keep it on the agenda and constantly have that conversation. And once we start school, we can definitely let you guys know numbers. ECC, they are constantly enrolling students. One thing about the GSRP program, those are the 4-year-olds. Even though they apply to us, we have to wait for the county to release them because it's a federally funded or local, is it federally or, Michelle, is it? Yeah, federally funded program. So it has to go through different channels. So the kids apply to us, we accept them, and then we send it back. And then the county says, hey, you can have this kid in your GSRP program.
Anybody else have a question or comment? Trustee Chambliss?
I think when looking at facility usage and the considering of consolidating buildings, we should also look at the land, the lot of land that we have that has nothing on it, and see what it cost us to maintain and taxes for that lot every year, and if there's any true benefit to having it. Just because I don't think if we're looking at consolidating buildings, then just vacant lots of land are really what we need to have.
Specific area that you're thinking of?
I believe it's the one right out here next to the high school, in front of that little house.
I think we have a little space there.
I want to say, Mr. Kimball, you would know, we purchased it for like 100? Was it 100, 110?
30,000.
It was only 30?
That was really
Okay.
cheap.
That's why we bought it. It was only 30. It was on the market for 110. It was
That's what it
offered
was.
to the school district for 30. We felt it was important to secure that piece of property than to have a oil lube or dispensary go in there.
Which was.
Plus, we own the land behind the house. We were going to approach the homeowner to see if we can get something on the house itself, but that person was extremely hostile because of their dealings with the former administration. It was very, very mean to her. So I don't know what the
I think she's there.
situation is now. I believe the house is vacant.
Trustee Chambliss?
I think state laws would prevent a dispensary from going that close to an elementary school. But either way, I just think if we're looking at closing down buildings, which does limit our ability to grow in the future, it would be I think a better road to get rid of vacant land first and see if that's an option, just to see what the taxes are, see how much maintenance for it is, things like that.
So I'll just keep that as an ongoing agenda item. I'll just add it to old business instead of new. That way we can always have the conversation.
So do you want it to be appraised or just,
No, I just want to know how much we pay in taxes and how much we pay to have it maintained.
just want to be clear so next time up, we know. Edit 4, facility usage. Next up, upcoming financial commitments. And this is going to be an ongoing, probably, why don't we do it every other month until we get to a point where we are caught up? That way we can look forward as opposed to dealing with everything today. Trustee Harp, this was kind of your request. I thought it was a great idea. Did you want to explain why you requested it?
Thank you. I'm tired of dealing with everything as an emergency, right? That's not how we should operate. And I'm not blaming anyone. I'm not blaming the administration. I'm not blaming the superintendent. It's just how we fell into this, unfortunately. Everything feels like an emergency. It doesn't have to be that way. We need better time to plan. So if it takes an additional meeting just to plan, actually look to the next quarter, to the next year, I'm tired of last minute things. That's not great. It's not a great feeling. It's not a great way to operate. So that was the idea of let's plan it out. Let's have touch bases, set meetings where we just look at what's coming up, budgets, contracts, any possibility of expenses, start of the new year. That's not something we can do the week before, right? I think it was heard before the previous school year ends or is ending, we should be looking to the next year already. So that was the idea behind it.
I had a question. Trustee Chambliss, I know you had volunteered to maybe try to do some lab work, and I realize it's been only a short amount of time. Is there anything that you were able to come up with, or do we need to kind of look at staying the course as far as a Pontiac busing situation?
So I actually, that night, a community member reached out to me, and there's a mall there that is no longer in use. And so I've been emailing and trying to find the corporation that owns them to get a hold of them to see if it's possible. Also, the Myers that's there, I'm going to take a weekend trip out there and kind of go videotape it and kind of look at some different buildings and see what they look like, and then send it and see if it looks good to everybody else. But I have been reaching out to the owners of the mall there, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on the name of it, because I didn't expect to mention it tonight. But yeah, so a community member actually reached out and said the mall there has open space for buses to turn around, and it's not in use, so it might be something good that we could do. And the parking lot is not that bad.
Just as an update. Yes, go ahead.
I do have an update about some upcoming expenses, and I do want to say that we have applied for about 2 grants, and the reason why, so for tonight's agenda, there's a approval for curriculum for elementary school purchase. The reason why that was last minute was because we just found out last week we got the grant. So a lot of federal funding coming down the pipeline is coming down last minute. And it's not fair, but it's just what we're dealing with. For example, we applied for another grant where we're trying to get some support staff. And I emailed the MDE department and I said, hey, we're trying to start the school year. We need to know when the budget is going to be released, if we're going to get this grant, because it's going to determine if we need a teacher or not. Their response was, we will not have an answer until September 30th. So unfortunately, I will apologize in advance, but we are getting last minute grants that's allowing us to make these purchases. But as soon as I get approval of the grant, I'll make sure I send you guys an email to say, hey, this is coming down the pipeline. We got it approved. Please know that this is probably going to be on the next agenda. So I definitely keep you guys updated when these grants are approved.
Okay, a comment?
Trustee Harp, go ahead.
I am not mad about funding coming in, by no means, even if that is last minute. I am not upset about that. I'm never going to say no to that. It's just everything else. But no, I saw that, and that's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
So that is basically it in terms of like upcoming financial. We do have one more approval coming down the line for sinking fund, but that was just released today, and I'll make sure that I send it out the week before it goes on the agenda so you guys can do research.
Superintendent Perry, can you let everybody know, I know you sent it to us board members, Trustee Thompson and I were asking about lunches and seeing how a lot of schools were advertising they were going to be charging for lunches. So you had checked for us and just put everybody in the know, where are we at with all of that, please?
Okay.
It's part of the free lunch, reduced lunch program.
Yes. So let me pull up my direct message, because I don't remember everything. Yes, pulling it up now. So basically, just so the community can know, there has been concerns about free and reduced lunch, if our kids are going to be funded, if we're going to have funding because of all the federal changes. For example, our consolidated app, that's title funds. We usually get Title I, Title II, Title III, and Title IV. This year, we were only given Title I as of last week. So we're still waiting for the federal government to release funding. And one of the concerns that's going around all the school districts is federal food funding. So basically, there are two types of funding. You have state funding and you have federal funding. So the state funding is supposed to be impacted by a $200 million cut for universal free meals that can potentially happen this fall. However, we are covered because we offer free lunch for all students. So we basically, if you have a certain percentage of kids who meet this financial threshold from 25 to 60%, then we're covered. So our kids, as of today, because it can change when we leave tomorrow or when we come to work tomorrow, as of today, our students are protected in terms of being funded for food.
That's awesome.
Anybody else? Okay. Then we will move on to approving the personnel report submitted by Human Resources on August 18th, 2025. Anita Maker and support.
President Holder,
Trustee Chambliss.
I make a motion that the Board of Education approves the personnel report as presented.
Thank you. Support. Trustee Thompson supports. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Carlos Harp,
Yes.
Cindy Holder,
Yes.
Gloria Thompson,
Yes.
Mark Kimball,
Yes,
Rebecca Chambliss.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Next up is the book purchase using the 35M grant. Solve everything. Oh, all right, thanks. Administration is requesting board approval to purchase the Intro to Reading curriculum in the amount of $113,626.34 to be paid using the state 35M
figure for the professional.
grant. Intro to Reading is a comprehensive research-based literacy program designed to strengthen reading, writing, speaking, and listening skills for students in grade K through 5. The curriculum offers aligned instruction resources, assessments, and intervention supports to meet diverse student needs and accelerate literary growth. Teachers across the district have already been implementing into reading into their classrooms with positive results, and this purchase will ensure all K-5 classrooms have the complete set of materials and resources needed for free, full program adoption. The goal is to provide a constant, high-quality literacy framework that supports early reading proficiency and lays a strong foundation for future academic success. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the purchase of the intro reading curriculum using 3.5M funding. Need a maker and support, please.
Madam President,
Trustee Thompson.
I'd like to make a motion that the Board of Education approve the purchase of the Into Readings curriculum using 35M funding.
I'll support.
Trustee Chambliss supports. Any discussion? None. Roll call vote, please.
Cindy Holder,
Yes.
Mark Kimball,
Yes.
Gloria Thompson,
Yes.
Carlos Harp,
Yes.
Rebecca Chambliss.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Last one. Hang on. My page just slipped. Apologize. Approval of the 25-26 District Professional Development Plan. Administration is requesting the approval of the 25-26 District Professional Development Plan, which outlines the district's professional learning priorities, goals, and activities for staff. The plan is designed to support continuous improvement, enhance instructional practices, and align with district strategic objectives, state requirements, and student achievement goals. Approval will authorize implementation of the plan for the upcoming school year. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the 25-26 District Professional Development Plan. I need a maker and support, please.
President
Madam
Holder.
President, go ahead.
Sorry, Gloria, go ahead.
Trustee Thompson moves.
To the Board of Education approve the 25-26 District Professional Development Plan.
Support.
I'll support.
Discussion.
I have a question.
Trustee Kimball.
What is the cost of this program?
So it's not a program. Basically, throughout the year, we have PD days for staff, and we have to get that approved by the board, by the state of Michigan. So it just basically says, hey, these are the things we're going to cover on the day we have professional development. So for example, the first day of school, Wednesday, Thursday is a PD day. November, we have a professional development day. So the PD days on our calendar.
Okay, so this program's not costing us any money.
No, it's just topics that we are going to educate our staff on.
All right, thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. And I believe the last thing on the agenda is adjournment.
Roll call.
Oh,
We didn't vote.
No, we didn't vote.
it reads up. Not at all. Roll call vote, please.
Rebecca Chambliss,
Yeah.
Carlos Harp,
Yes.
Cindy Holder,
Yes.
Mark Kimball,
Yes.
Gloria Thompson.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Next up is adjournment.
President Holder,
Trustee Chambliss.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 901.
She doesn't do,
Not that I'm going to vote against adjourning, but.